a jack bush against a dark wall, which he calls wet cement. Down a hall where we're met by a grouping of soft gold and bronze tones. Again, that dark color. Today, we're going to learn how to use dark colors from a master designer who knows how to produce an evening look with a palette that's perfect for the crisp prairie light. I'm going to talk to you today about some lessons I learned from Doug about how to design in this style, which is very sophisticated, very glamorous. This is a beautiful room, and yet I feel I could relax here. He begins with a dark envelope. That color, remember, he calls it wet cement. The color is also used on the ceiling, and the carpet is just a slightly lighter shade. But behind me, you can see the drama. He layers it on top of the wall color. He adds the warmth of exotic woods and vivid art. All these paintings sit beautifully on these dark walls. Now the fabrics are dark as well. On this three-seater sofa, we see a silk corduroy, which is casual and yet glamorous. And this color on these pillows of sharp green and pale rose are a wonderful accent. In this area behind me, which is just a corner of the living room, there's a small table set up, which serves for dinner, playing bridge. I love this combination of classic Corbusier chairs with a burled wood table. Let's see another great room. This is the reason there's no formal dining room in this condo. This wonderful oversized kitchen, a true exhibition kitchen. That's because Doug loves to cook. His friends want to hang out here, so he's created an oversized island of polished granite with comfortable seating, upholstered in glant fabric, so that they can watch him cook and then dinner is served here. One feature in this kitchen has to be the exotic woods. These beautiful cabinets behind me are done in an exotic wood called Anna Gray. You'll be happy to know it's not on the environmentally challenged list. And the floor is really interesting. It's cork. It's been cut in rectangular tiles and laid in a brick pattern. It looks great and it's very easy on the legs. But what I love best about this kitchen is the drama of this wonderful piece by artist Christian Eckhart and how it plays off against the horizontal blinds. The two combine beautifully to create a really strong statement. This room is restful, serene, and very exciting to be in. Again, the design lesson is to create an envelope with walls, ceiling, and floor the same color. The bed is the punctuation. Soft, grayish-white Calvin Klein sheets sit beautifully against the dark mushroom-colored walls. The punctuation comes from the art, with the predominance of black, both in the framing and in the two side tables, which are done in Donguilla style. The texture comes from wood horizontal blinds. The most important piece of furniture in this room is the original Biedermeier chest. Would this dark color work in Vancouver or Toronto or on the East Coast? Doug says no, but it's perfect for the crisp, sharp prairie light. I can tell you, I loved being in that condo. And you can read about his condo in the September '99 issue of Canadian House and Home. Still to come on House and Home, gray is back in decorating and choosing the that you might remember. It's the new gray. And understanding which gray to use and how to use it can be a little tricky. So today we're going to go over 3 wonderful gray paints and how to put 3 different gray looks together. First, let's see these wonderful gray paints. The first one is Benjamin Moore, color number 1609, and we call this the menswear look. It's a dark steel gray. The second one is Benjamin Moore, 1470. This is more of a brown gray, and we call this the traditional old world look. And the third gray is Benjamin Moore, 1629, and this one is the restaurant-inspired young contemporary look. It's a blue gray. Now let's talk about what to put with these grays to really make them work. Well, when you think about the menswear look, you have to think first of gray flannel pants. That's where this color comes from. And what do men wear with that? Well, usually a black blazer or a navy blazer. And white as their shirt. So you want the same sort of combination. So you have to have a dark color for contrast, and in this case, this neat print from IKEA has been framed in black, which sits beautifully against the gray wall. And of course, men seem to like things that are tailored, so we have tailored furniture. This great chair in a medium brown, which works well against gray, from LT Carpet and Home. And this little table, which is really on trend, this is from Upcountry. It combines the dark wood with the brushed stainless steel, which gives just the right amount of punch against the dark gray. And for accent, we have cream in the linen, and we have this funky throw from LA Designs. So that's how you would put together the masculine tailored menswear look. Now we have a very soft, much more feminine look. This is an old world traditional, using a real brown gray as the wall color. Remember we used white metal last time? Well, this time we're using yellow metal. Look at the frame of this gorgeous botanical. This grouping is from Putti, which is a neat store in Toronto. The woods are much softer. We have warm woods in this chair with its curved lines, which is a French bergère chair, and we have all the colors in this muted needlepoint on the seat, which we pick up in the accessories. And in this look, we're not going for high contrast. We're looking for things that are more muted and dreamy, sort of tone on tone, so you get the creams and the browns. Now in the last look, this is really fun. This gray is a real blue gray. And we're going for the restaurant look, and the way we get that is by introducing a piece of furniture which is restaurant inspired. This is a retro tea trolley, I guess we call it, and it's from Upcountry, a store in Toronto. And here our accents are the watercolors, those new Zen colors, like this purple umbre chair and this green bowl, and the hit comes from the orange, the flowers, and the really neat accessories. Here we have these frameless frames, which are thick plexi, and they're from Upcountry too. And we have some neat, funky materials thrown in, like this fake chinchilla throw pillow and gauzy striped fabric. And the metal this time is really important. It's part of the accent. Now, what color trims would you use with this? Well, with this, I would use no color trim, same color or white. With the brown, I would use a creamy trim, like a Benjamin Moore 967. And with this steel gray, I would probably use the same color. I wouldn't use white because that would be too traditional. So that's how you work with gray. Hope that helps. Up next, I'll be answering your design questions.
Question: how do dermatologists visibly reduce the appearance of wrinkles caused by the sun? With Neutrogena Anti-Wrinkle Cream with retinol, the purest form of vitamin A, the formula works deep into the skin surface, reducing the appearance of wrinkles. Neutrogena Anti-Wrinkle Cream.
Look good and feel fresh in your thong underwear. Introducing the new Carefree Thong Panty Liner. Wraparound wings keep it in place so it moves with you for all-day comfort. So stay fresh all day, every day with the new Carefree Thong Panty Liner.
Searching for that special treasure? Shop the Consignment Gallery for exciting new furnishings daily. Discover quality designer consignment furniture and accessories. One-of-a-kind contemporary, traditional, and antique pieces in over 8,000 square feet of showroom. For a unique shopping experience, visit the Consignment Gallery. Fabulous home furnishings for people who love shopping. Located 3 blocks east of Chinook Center, and visit our website at www.consignmentgallery.ca.
Tomorrow on The Associates, he's eager to show his courtroom style.
Hi, I'm Jonah. Hey. As the junior associate helping me on the trial.
A little too eager.
The only fraud in this courtroom is you, Ms. Wesley.
A hard lesson to learn.
Gleason, there are issues of hierarchy that would be intuitive to a duck. So either you're a complete social moron or you're deliberately undermining my authority.
A new episode of The Associates, tomorrow at 8 on CTV. Brought to you by Cadillac, the fusion of design and technology. Closed captioning is sponsored by members of the Canadian Real Estate Association. You've got a life. We let you live it. We're realtors. Real estate is our life.
Now it's time for me to answer your questions. Our first question comes from Eunice Holowatuk of Yorkton, Saskatchewan. Eunice has just done some renovations, and she sent us a picture of her kitchen and her breakfast nook. And she wants us to know that she has used Benjamin Moore 702, which is the lighter color, for her walls, and Benjamin Moore 706 for the area behind her cupboards, the actual base part of her cupboards, and the doors were painted white. And she wonders if she should have used 706 throughout. So before I answer your question, I have to tell you that I personally have painted my dining room 4 times. I'm about to paint my living room for the 3rd time, trying to get the perfect color. And I don't know any designer who hasn't gone through that, so please don't feel bad when I tell you that you have to repaint. The problem here is that the cupboard doors are prominent and they're sticking out, and they shouldn't. Your cupboard doors should be part of your unit, so all of this should be white, in my opinion. All of this should be white. Everything here should be white. And that way it won't make the doors show as separate from the bases. Right up to your crown, the whole thing white. Then after that, the color that you use on your walls is really your choice, but I don't particularly think these are good colors for you. First of all, they're a little bit out of date and they're a little bit too pale. And the best way to find the right color, because I know it's the hardest thing to do, is to get a fabric that you really, really love. And look at the way the fabric designer has used colors together in that fabric. And make sure if you have black appliances that one of the colors in the fabric is black, because you have to consider that in whatever your flooring might be and your furniture, which is dark wood. And work from there and pick a better color. So I hope that helps. Our next question is Arlene Trist of Dryden, Ontario. She would like some advice on window treatments. Here's her living room. She's thinking of adding a topper and some side panels to the vertical blinds on the window. And she's thinking of blue and wonders what I think of that. And she would like some general suggestions on how to make the room look better. So let's start with this top picture. First thing you have to do is you have to paint this wood here, which I'm seeing through the vertical blinds. Paint that wood and paint this wood. Wood should only be left natural when it's meant to be. This is paint grade wood from what I can see, and it stops your eye. And you don't need to do that because there's nothing particularly attractive about this little one part of your window. So once you've got it all one color, then I think that you should consider taking down your vertical blinds, because I know you want to update your room. And you should put a rod up here and across. A nice iron rod would be nice, and some nice side panels here. It would add weight to your room, here and here, and same thing over here. And you're going to find it's going to make your ceilings look higher, which is a real advantage. Okay, and the other things I think you might want to do are break up the wood. There's too much wood. You've got wood, 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 wood. Something should be glass and steel. Maybe your end tables could be glass and steel, and maybe square would be a more modern shape for you here. Or you could make this brass and steel and keep your wood on the ends. Then I would try to coordinate these two chairs in the window. Maybe slip cover or reupholster in a nice soft cream cotton to go with your sofa. That would be much better. And moving down to this picture, the same applies for this door. You need to paint it out. And if you don't want it to be exactly the same color, pick an accent color that you really like a soft blue, and carry it through maybe in your lampshade and on your pillow. She also has a question about her kitchen, and I'm going to be quick here. She says that she doesn't like this fluorescent light over the island, but her husband loves it, and she wants to change it. And what do I think? I think sometime when her husband's not home, she should take down that light and put up what she likes. But if she doesn't want to do that, then I would consider hanging a pot rack here, which will hide the light, hanger pots from here, and then if she can talk him into taking it down, she can peek a little halogen light into the middle of her pot rack and no one will ever see it. So if you have any questions you'd like answers for, please write to me at House and Home, Box 9, Station O, Toronto, M4A 2M9, or email me at houseandhome@ctv.ca. Now it's time for A Room of One's Own. Actor Dan Florek is best known for his role as Captain Cragen on Law & Order, a role he continues in the new series spin-off Law & Order Special Victims Unit. We grabbed him at a CTV function, and he had this to say about his favorite space.
The favorite room is the kitchen.
Why?
Well, both my wife and I love food. We love to cook. And it seems to be kind of a natural gathering place. You know, you're always there, whether you're making some coffee or having iced tea, you know, making little snacks or something. And there's kind of a sense of community about that room. You know what I mean? And people always feel comfortable in the kitchen, I think. And we don't have a table in there. So in other words, people sit, there's like an old church pew, and put an old like wooden bay window out, you know what I mean? Got a ceramic sink, which I like, a Kohler sink. There's lots of tile, and my wife also is a ceramicist, so she makes tile, so we did a lot of the tile, you know, that goes around the sink, you know, framing stuff in, things like that. And again, it's a place that people feel comfortable. There's stools around the island. Some people just sit right up on the counter. Some sit on the pew, you know what I mean? And it also gets a lot of great light. There's a west window coming in.
Great. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Thanks, Dan. We'll be right back.
Change on the home for WetJet. Cleaning the 21st century way.
Like most brands of grain bread, the main ingredient in the loaf on the left is white.
Right, but you did very well. Now it's the cutting stage.
The cutting, but this
and
is a
the
great
presentation.
trick. You taught me this great trick.
Right.
Soak your towel in water.
Right. Have a damp cloth, and every time you cut, just wipe your knife, and then the cutting is made very easy.
Thank
so
you.
we'll start in the middle.
Oh, I did it wrong already. You cut and I'll think, okay?
And then you should be able to get 8 pieces out of your sheet of seaweed. So I then usually cut half again.
I want to thank you, Kimi. We'll keep going as soon as I've thanked our other guests.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Thank you also to Doug Craigland, and thank you to Dan Floric, and to you for watching. We'll see you next time on House and Home. Okay, so then you cut it into 4.
That's right. And then we'll just lay it out.
Bartlett must confront his middle daughter, Ellie, over statements she made to a reporter regarding the Surgeon General on a new episode of The West Wing, Wednesday on CTV.
I don't think mine's so bad.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the lesson. There.
Amber, what are you doing home?
Look, Rick, if I'm interrupting
No,
something...
this is my investment club. We're just working on a project for school.
I know. Girls told me all about it.
So you've met?
Not officially. Hi, I'm Amanda Wexler.
Hi.
And this is Jennifer, and you remember Charlie?
Nice to see you again.
Yeah. Look, maybe we can do this another time. Would you guys mind if we rescheduled?
Find strange things coming